Hey, what's up everybody? It's Didi Fesax, and today we're diving deep into the world of entrepreneurship with a business idea that's really blowing up right now, mushroom farming. Now you might be thinking, mushrooms? Really? But hear me out on this one, because this is a market with some serious potential. The demand for gourmet mushrooms is absolutely exploding, driven by foodies and health-conscious consumers alike. Mushrooms are low in calories, packed with nutrients, and they can even be grown with a relatively small footprint, making them an ideal candidate for urban farming or even growing right in your own home. So if you're looking to start a business that's both profitable and sustainable, this video is for you. We're breaking down the entire process of starting a mushroom farm into 7 easy-to-follow steps, from choosing the right mushroom type to getting your product into the hands of eager customers. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this shroom boom started. Step 1 in our mushroom farming journey is choosing the right mushroom. It's like investing in real estate. Do your research. First, market research. What mushrooms are popular? Consider your climate. Oyster mushrooms like it cool, shiitake prefer warmth. Don't forget your budget. Some varieties are pricier to grow. Start with an easier, less expensive variety like oyster mushrooms. Think about your preferences. Passion can be a powerful motivator. Choose wisely. Your future self will thank you. All right, now that you've chosen your mushroom variety, it's time to create the perfect environment for them to thrive. This is where things start to get really exciting. Think of it like building your very own mushroom kingdom. The first decision you'll need to make is whether to grow indoors or outdoors. Both methods have their pros and cons. Indoor growing gives you more control over the environment, while outdoor growing can be more cost-effective. If you're going the indoor route, you'll need a dedicated growing space that's well ventilated, humid, and away from direct sunlight. A spare bedroom, basement, or even a converted closet can work great. Just make sure you can control the temperature and humidity levels. For outdoor growing, you'll need a shady spot with good drainage. You can grow mushrooms directly in the ground or use raised beds or containers. Just be mindful of pests and weather conditions. No matter which method you choose, you'll need to invest in some basic equipment, like shelving units, grow lights, humidifiers, and fans. Don't worry, it doesn't have to break the bank. You can find affordable options online or at your local garden center. Remember, creating the ideal growing environment is crucial for healthy, happy mushrooms. So put in the effort up front and you'll be rewarded with a bountiful harvest. All right, let's talk about mushroom substrate, the foundation of your mushroom empire. Now, substrate might sound intimidating, but it's really just a fancy word for the material your mushrooms will grow on. Think of it like the soil for your mushroom garden. There are tons of different materials you can use for mushroom substrate, like straw, sawdust, coffee grounds, or even cardboard. The key is to choose a substrate that's readily available, affordable, and suitable for your chosen mushroom variety. Once you've got your substrate, it's time for the most important step, sterilization. You see, mushrooms are highly susceptible to contamination from other fungi and bacteria, so you gotta create a clean slate for them to grow on. Sterilizing your substrate is actually pretty simple. You can either pasteurize it using heat or sterilize it using chemicals. Both methods have their pros and cons, so do your research and choose the one that's right for you. Once your substrate is sterilized, it's time to inoculate it with mushroom spawn, which is basically like planting the seeds for your mushroom garden. We'll cover inoculation in more detail in the next chapter, but trust me, it's a pretty cool process. Remember, the quality of your substrate directly impacts the health and yield of your mushrooms, so don't skimp on this step. Invest in quality materials, sterilize properly, and you'll be well on your way to a bountiful harvest. Chapter 4. Inoculation. Planting your mushroom seeds. Now that you've got your sterilized substrate ready to go, it's time to introduce the stars of the show, the mushroom spawn. Spawn is basically the mushroom equivalent of seeds. It's the mycelium, or the root-like structure of the mushroom, that's already started to grow. You can buy mushroom spawn online or from specialized suppliers. It usually comes in the form of sawdust, grain, or dowels that are already colonized by the mycelium. The type of spawn you choose will depend on your mushroom variety and your growing method. Now, inoculation itself is a pretty straightforward process. You're essentially introducing the spawn to the substrate and giving it a cozy environment to start spreading its wings, or rather, its mycelium. The key here is to work in a clean environment to avoid contamination. Think surgical cleanliness. You might want to wear gloves and a mask, and even consider sanitizing your work surface. Once you've inoculated your substrate, it's time to seal it up in bags or containers and let the mycelium work its magic. This is where patience comes in handy. Depending on the mushroom variety and the growing conditions, it can take anywhere from a few weeks to a couple of months for the mycelium to fully colonize the substrate. But trust me, seeing that white, fluffy mycelium spreading throughout your substrate is a truly rewarding sight. Chapter 5. The Art of Mushroom Care. All right, your substrate is inoculated, the mycelium is spreading, and now it's time to talk about the art of mushroom care. This is where you really get to flex your green thumb and nurture your little mushroom babies into fruiting, glorious fungi. The key to successful mushroom cultivation is maintaining the right environment. Think of it like creating a 5-star hotel for your mushrooms, complete with the perfect temperature, humidity, and fresh air. Most mushrooms thrive in cool, humid environments, so you'll need to monitor these factors closely. You can adjust the temperature and humidity levels using humidifiers, fans, and heaters as needed. Fresh air is also crucial for healthy mushroom growth. Make sure your growing space is well ventilated to prevent the buildup of carbon dioxide, which can inhibit mushroom growth. A simple fan can do wonders here. Another important aspect of mushroom care is watering. Unlike most plants, you don't water mushrooms directly. Instead, you mist the substrate and the sides of the growing container to maintain humidity levels. Regularly check your substrate for signs of dryness and adjust your misting schedule accordingly. You want the substrate to be moist, but not soggy. Finally, be on the lookout for any signs of contamination, like unusual colors, smells, or mold growth. If you spot anything suspicious, remove the affected substrate immediately to prevent it from spreading. Chapter 6, The Mushroom Harvest, Reaping Your Rewards. Congratulations, you've made it to the most exciting part of the process, the mushroom harvest. After weeks of patiently nurturing your mushroom babies, it's time to finally reap the rewards of your hard work. Knowing when to harvest your mushrooms is crucial. You want to pick them at their peak freshness and flavor. The exact timing will depend on the mushroom variety, but in general, you'll want to harvest them just before the caps fully open. When harvesting, use a clean, sharp knife or scissors to cut the mushrooms at the base of the stem. Be gentle to avoid damaging the surrounding substrate or the developing mushrooms. Once you've harvested your mushrooms, it's important to handle them with care. Mushrooms are delicate and bruise easily, so avoid piling them on top of each other. Store your freshly harvested mushrooms in a cool, dry place, ideally in a breathable container like a paper bag or a cardboard box lined with paper towels. This will help to absorb any excess moisture and keep your mushrooms fresh for longer. Now, the best part about growing your own mushrooms is that you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So go ahead and cook up a delicious mushroom feast. And don't forget to share your bounty with friends and family. Chapter 7, From Farm to Table Marketing Your Mushrooms. You've successfully grown a beautiful crop of mushrooms. Congrats! Now it's time to turn that harvest into a profitable business. This is where your marketing skills come into play. Remember, even the best products need a little push to reach the right customers. First things first, identify your target market. Are you selling to restaurants, farmers markets, or directly to consumers? Each market has its own unique needs and preferences, so tailor your marketing efforts accordingly. Next, think about your pricing strategy. Research what other mushroom growers in your area are charging and find a price point that's both competitive and profitable. Don't be afraid to highlight the value of your locally grown fresh mushrooms. Creating a strong brand identity can also help you stand out in a crowded market. Consider designing a unique logo, packaging, or even a catchy tagline that reflects the quality and freshness of your mushrooms. Social media can be a powerful tool for promoting your mushroom business. Create engaging content showcasing your growing process, your delicious mushroom recipes, or even behind-the-scenes glimpses of your farm. Don't underestimate the power of word-of-mouth marketing. Encourage satisfied customers to spread the word about your amazing mushrooms and consider offering referral bonuses or discounts. Remember, building a successful mushroom business takes time, effort, and a whole lot of passion. But with the right marketing strategy, you can turn your love for mushrooms into a thriving and profitable venture. So there you have it, a comprehensive guide to starting your very own mushroom farming business. As we've covered, it's a fantastic opportunity to tap into a growing market, promote sustainable practices, and potentially earn some serious cash, all while working with fascinating organisms. Remember, the key to success in any business is to start small, learn as you go, and never be afraid to experiment. The world of mushrooms is vast and full of possibilities. Who knows, you might even discover a new culinary masterpiece or become the go-to mushroom guru in your community. What are you waiting for? Start your research, choose your mushroom, and get growing. And be sure to let me know in the comments which mushroom you're most excited to cultivate. For more tips on building successful businesses and achieving financial freedom, hit that subscribe button and stick around. Until next time.